What are you looking at? What do you think? Ow. Luxo, not right now, dude. Oh. Oh, by the way, yeah, that's Luxo. Look, see, he kind of looks like a Luxo, but he's like 4th generation or whatever. So, I need you all to decide in the comments below whether he should be Luxo the Third or Luxo Esquire. Alright, so, welcome back to Newsboy Hoey. In the last video, I got a request, and the request was to listen to this album called Welcome to the Circus by these random anime people. And I, being the nice person I am, decided to listen to it. I need more recommendations in the comments for good albums so I don't get stuck listening to something like that. Besides that fact, I now am breaking this down and ranking this and all that fun stuff. So, let's go. Alright, so, the lyrics and the vocals. This is one of the most important parts, so it's worth 3 points, as we did last time. And, I did change the way we rank things a little bit, but same difference. Lyrics and vocals. Well, the lyrics... The story is a little, sounds like a middle school dating experience, so it's kind of pathetic, but, and then the vocals are just annoying. It sounds like anime, and I'm not a big fan of anime, so because of that, I don't like the lyrics. So for the lyrics and vocals, I'll give them 1, because at least they were, at least they had something, but that's about it. I'm going to give it 1. Right, the story. So as I just mentioned before, the story is this is the next most important part, worth 3 points, and the story is just, it's a good story design. Each song is very well in following up with the last song, and it actually kind of comes into a loop in the story, with the whole album just kind of looping itself. However, it's kind of pathetic because it's basically about a relationship that goes off and on and off and on, and because of the voice and everything, it kind of does sound like a middle school or even elementary level like dating scenario. So because of that, I'm not a big fan of the story, but considering they did orchestrate it well, I'll give that a 1 as well. My personal taste. Well, you just look at that album cover and then look at the stuff I like to listen to. Like this and, this. You can tell that there's a big difference. So my personal taste, 0. Sorry. But now, instruments and music. This was probably the best part of the album because it was electronic, but they did a good job with the electronic part. It kind of was reminiscent of like 21 Pilots and AJR and stuff. So that part of the album I did like. The background music, if they'd taken out the vocals, it would have been a good album. However, it would not really had a story. But because of that, I'll give it the full 2 points for instruments and such. And then finally, as this last point, does it have a good duration and does it have a good flow? Well, yes, the duration is a nice, short length. It's only about 27 minutes, and then the flow is also very well done. It's, it flows, the instruments flow very well. The music is all very consecutive, and the songs match up with each other pretty well. So then I'll give it that point for that. So that gives us a grand total then of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points out of 12, which is about like 45%. So, 5 out of 12. For an album that's like anime and all that fun stuff, it's pretty good. Now, let's break down this album. So, the album starts off with this thing that's like talking about restarting, and I find this kind of interesting because the whole voice and the whole album is very much computerized. In fact, the whole thing's done on a computer. So because of that, I do find it interesting that they use a lot of computer analogies in that. I did like that part. And so it kind of talks about like restarting and like, kind of restarting a relationship, and then we go to a relationship and it seems like it reaches a pivotal point and then falls, and then it's kind of her getting over it, breakup album, classic stuff, her, he, or whatever this robot is, and then it kind of starts over with her restarting, and it kind of just makes this loop of this off and on relationship. Seems kind of repetitive, but that's how those kind of relationships work, so that's what it is. But yeah, that's what I got from that album. I'm not breaking down each and every song because I have not listened to this album a numerous amount of times. I can tell you each and every song. If you want more detail on this album, then I'll do that. But up until then, you're just going to have to go with what I give you. Stop. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this. And if you want me to rank more albums, leave comments. I cannot stress this enough. I love reading comments, and it gives me more stuff to make videos about. So leave comments, and I'll reply to you, and I'll see you guys next time.